Okay, first question right in front of us.
Bob Halliday, WL.com. In your 4-year coaching career, have you ever been part of a game where a lane violation was called?
I played 4 years here, 12 years in the NBA, 9 years as an assistant, and now 4 years as a head coach. And I can't be more proud of a team than I am right now. Just love these guys to death. I love their fight. I love their togetherness. I love how close they are. And as I said before, I told them after the game I didn't think that I could be more proud of a group than I am right now, but I am even more proud. And I thank Jesus every day that I get to be their head coach.
Is that an appropriate call? Lane violation?
Not entering that. We lost 74-71.
To our right.
Hubert, we saw how emotional Jalen was coming off the court. What did you tell him after the game to lift his spirits?
Well, it's all of our spirits. Guys, we are a team. This is not individuals. This is University of North Carolina basketball team. So when we win together, when we win together. When we lose together. That's why we're a team.
Okay, we'll take questions for RJ. Front row.
RJ, Brett Friedlander, Saturday Down South. I know it's out of your hands now, but do you think that you've done enough to get in, especially after taking the number one team to the wire like this?
I think we've shown these past couple of weeks that we are a tournament team. We're a special team. I think the way, if you look at the trajectory of our whole season, the way we dealt with adversity and perseverance, especially these last couple of weeks, we overcame all of that. And you couldn't ask for a better team than that goes through that type of adversity, goes through that type of criticism, and still perseveres through it all and comes out on top. So I think that's a tournament team right there for you, because that's all what Smart's about.
Second row.
I guess for both of you all, defensively, it looked like in the second half you guys were getting stops, which led you guys to get some transition opportunities to cut into that deficit. What was different for you guys in the second half defensively in order to chip away at that lead?
The competitive fight, I felt like in the first half, one of the things that I talk to the team all the time is be competitive and compete in your individual one-on-one matchups. And I felt like in the first half, they had the better of us, whether it was on the perimeter and the posts. In the second half, I felt like we were more physical. Our competitive fight, we were defending without fouling. We were getting loose balls. We were getting rebounds. We were contesting shots. We were making second and third efforts. And you're right, that allowed us to get stops and allowed us to get out in transition. And that was the number one determining factor of us being able to come back and outscore them by 18 in the second half. It was all defense and rebound.
Reminder, let's address questions to RJ right now, and we'll finish up with Coach. Back of the room.
Thomas Bray, Collegiate Times. RJ, in your time here at North Carolina, what do you think makes this game, this rivalry, unique from the other ones in college basketball?
I mean, I think anytime you put on this jersey and you're going against Duke, it's an opportunity to be part of history. And I've been fortunate and grateful enough to play in a lot of games that I'll cherish and remember for the rest of my life. But I just think with this team, and in this year group of guys, I think to be down 20 in the first half and then fight our way back all the way down to the minute and a half, I mean, I don't think a rivalry gets better than that. It was a gritty game, and I'm just proud of the way we, not just only against Duke, but just this whole tournament and all year, we consistently battle and compete at a high all-time level. So it just happened that we just happened to play Duke and be a part of a rivalry.
Next question, far left.
RJ David Teal with the Virginian Pilot. The last side out of bounds with 2.9 seconds to go. What did you all draw up in the huddle? And then you were trying to get off some screens there and they switched onto you. How did you see it all unfold?
Yeah, I mean, we had Seth take the ball out, and then they had, I think their big man using his height and length guarding Seth, and they switched 1 through 5. So I tried my best to get the ball in. It was kind of obviously difficult for Seth to make the pass, just when you have a 7-footer over the top. And, yeah, that was basically the play.
Right in front of us, middle of the room.
Bob Holliday, WRL.com. RJ, in the first half, it was a 6-point game, and then they finished on a 15-0 run. In the second half, even though you didn't make many threes, Elliott was the only one who hit threes, you guys came all the way back. What was different in the second half?
Like Coach David said, our overall competitive spirit was there, and everyone contributed. We had 4 guys in double figures, and a lot of guys made a lot of plays that allowed us to get back into the game. And it was a team effort, and that's all you can ask for when you're trying to claw back into the game. So I'm just proud of the way every time we came in the huddle, we said, just take it possession by possession, just keep chipping away. It was a 12-point game. Next thing you know, it was a 4-point game. So, I mean, that's just a team basketball right there. And so, yeah.
Any other questions for RJ? Okay, RJ, thank you.
Thank you.
Head of the locker room. Nice work. Okay, questions for Coach? Right here in the aisle.
Coach, writer Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Yesterday, some of your players talked about yesterday's game as one that maybe they wouldn't expect or didn't think they would have won in November. How do you think this team reacted differently kind of since the Clemson loss to a deficit at half today versus how they might have reacted earlier in the season when they were struggling a little bit more?
Well, I mean, actually, at halftime, we talked about examples earlier in the season, Michigan State, Dayton, Kansas, where we were down double digits, 20 points, and we were able to come back. And so I said, unfortunately, we have experience in this and experience being able, and fortunate that we have experience of being able to come back, and that, going into the second half, 20 minutes, there's so much can happen. And so I broke it up in 4-minute parts. I said, let's win the first 4 minutes. At the 12-minute mark, let's cut this thing down to 15 or 12. 8-minute mark, let's cut it to single digits, and 4-minute mark, we're right there. It's a 2-possession game, and it was at the 4-minute mark. It was 6 points, and I said, guys, look at the score. And I said, is it a 2-possession game? And they said, yeah. And I said, we're right there. And I said, we're building, we're getting stronger. And so I think, unfortunately, fortunately, being in that experience earlier in the year, we were able to draw upon that and understand that there was a lot of basketball to be played in the second half.
Back right.
Michael Coe, WCHL, chapelboro.com. Hubert, what can you say about what Ben did for you guys today? 20 points, 10 rebounds. His, I believe, 4th double-double in the last 5 games. He obviously helped you guys immensely in the paint.
Well, he did. I mean, not just his scoring, his defense, his rebounding, keeping the ball alive, running the floor. It's been consistently at a high level for a while, and giving us that inside presence alongside, our ability to score from the outside has really helped us out offensively. And I just thought, again, Vin's activity, Duke, even without, Malik and Cooper, they still have tremendous length. And so for Vin to be able to do what he did against a long and athletic team was exactly what we needed to be able to get back into the game.
Third row in the aisle.
Excuse me, David Hale with ESPN. Maybe to build on that a little bit, this is now the third time you've played Duke, but the first time that Cooper has not been on the court. Curious how much different was the matchups than you maybe were anticipating based on your past games against them, and did that kind of throw any wrenches in the first half, just in terms of maybe what you were expecting versus what reality was without him on the court?
Well, I mean, Cooper, it's a very good chance he's going to be National Player of the Year, and the impact that Malik Brown has out there on the floor, his ability to defend and rebound. He's an excellent passer. He hit 2 threes against us a week ago at our place, and so as I said before, Duke is the #1 team in the country because they are a team. It's not just 1 or 2 guys. It's a number of guys that are really impactful and really good on both ends of the floor. So even without those 2, they had different lineups, but the way that they played on both ends of the floor was the same way that they played the previous 2 times we played them.
Third row right in front of us.
Coach David Glenn from the North Carolina Sports Network. So much of this sport is defined by whether you make the NCAA tournament and what you do there. How do you view that part of your job when it comes to success or falling short of that?
I don't look at it that way at all. I'm on assignment, and I know that Jesus has put and placed and purposed and planned me to be here, and my job is to walk with him. My job is to abide in him and to serve these kids and give them everything that I got every day. And it's a blessing and an honor to do that and to have these experiences with these kids every day and for the rest of my life. That's even more than success. That's a blessing, and it's something that is with me for the rest of my life.
Last question.
Coach Brian Murphy with WRAL. Your team seemed to think that they had done enough to get into the tournament. How will you spend these next couple days waiting for official word, and do you think you have done enough to get into the tournament?
We're going to go back home. And one of the things, the most thing that I've been proud of this group is and they're good questions in regards to the NCAA tournament. And those are questions that have been asked over a month. And for our guys to stay focused on what is real, and that was being the best team that we could become, continue to prepare, practice, and play. Whomever we're playing, keep our eyes focused straight ahead on the competition right in front of us and be the best that we can be. And for a month and a half, we basically played must-win games. And in that situation, our team played the best. That's pretty cool from a bunch of kids. And so you want to talk about success or proud, I can go a number of different directions on that one.
Okay, thank you.
That was too good of an answer.
That's a good one. Thanks, Coach. Sorry we're going to miss you next year at the jump. Got it, buddy. See you, Coach.